One of the greatest books that you should read in your 20s is Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. This book has been created by Mark Manson, and I really appreciate that entrepreneur that he has put in such a lot of value in just one piece of book. I was a person who was really suffering from fear of taking actions. I really had a lack of confidence in myself, and I was really never consistent about anything. But after reading this book, it completely changed my entire life, and I hope it will change yours too. I'm going to share four key lessons that will completely eliminate your fear and your self doubt. The first lesson from this book is choose what matters. Now, in life, most people are trying to choose what really doesn't matter. Like, if you are doing the work that is not going to build your future, then that thing is actually consuming energy and just wasting your time. You have to make sure that you only focused on the right things that truly matters. No matter what happens, you need to consume only the things that are really important for you. So for my example, I can say is that we only focus on building ourselves by creating value, by learning something, by execution, and by never wasting time, and by avoiding all the kind of distractions that can stop you. The biggest benefit comes from when you choose what really matters is that by getting into future, you actually create the life that you want. You do not waste your time. You focus on your self development and personal care, and that's the reason you become unstoppable. You become the person who is high value by just doing what really matters for you and your self respect. Lesson number two is pain is a part of life. Now, the biggest reason this lesson is very helpful is that it will help you become a mature person. Accept the pain and feedback as the life of growth. When you have a growth mindset, what truly happens is that you start accepting your failures and start learning from it and trying to adjust on the way. The people who can adjust in their way of life become very mature. You know that failure is not going to stop you. You are much better than this. If you are a person who is never afraid to fail and who is always going to adjust in their life, you are always going to be consistent in any project, in any business that you do. The fact, the biggest problem it solves is that your fear of failure. You start learning from your failures and keep growing. The biggest benefit is that it makes you a mature person and it helps you to become highly growth individual. Lesson number three is responsibility equals power. Now, before my life, like before my teenage, I was always blaming others for my failures and my incapability. Sorry. And I was literally hating myself for having that person in my life because I really thought that actually because of them, I was not able to do good. And when I read this book, it completely changed my whole perspective. It literally taught me that I am totally responsible for my life. And the greatest meaning it came from this lesson is that it gave me growth and control over my life. When you are a responsible person, you are actually the person commanding your own actions. You are the powerful person that you should blame always. And the biggest problem it solved me is that I never had to worry about being broke again. I was so much responsible about my financial condition and my health that I literally took care of everything. It was difficult at start, but when you start reading the book, you actually become the leader of your life. You do not need anyone to tell you what you need to do when you are responsible for the right things. If you know that you have to do this work which is important for you, you need to avoid and so say no to the people who are trying to take your energy and time. Lesson number four, failure is feedback. Now, failure cannot be your own stoppage. You are the person who has to learn from your failures because you should never see failures as something bad for you. I see failure as a learning life, because when you fail, you get to know what's reality and how can you grow from this. If you want to grow from your life, try to fail as fast as possible. These are the lessons that I have learned from the greatest entrepreneurs around the world. They all say is just speed up the process and start failing again and again. But be a smart intellectual person to learn from your mistakes and never make the same mistake again. Be the confident person. It will build your confidence. It will make you much more capable of getting ahead in life. And the biggest benefit of learning from failure and feedback is that it keeps you progressing and never lets you stop between the journey. You keep moving forward and you keep building your life. That's it for today's video, and I hope that this video has really inspired you 1%. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.